Hey, so it's Wednesday evening. The kids are in bed. And Julie and I are getting ready to go to Connecticut tomorrow, which is where she grew up, for the Memorial 5K for her brother who died when he was all of 28. I believe he was. No, he wasn't even 28. He was young, and it's sad. But anyway, we're getting ready to do that. Today we were out selling the shears, which is what we do to make money for now until we can make our dream life happen. We were watching a video by somebody named Tony Robbins, who you may have heard of. Some people have heard of this guy, motivational guy, and he was saying that, when you're doing the stuff that you don't want to do, you can put it and look at it in a way that brings more joy because you think of the end game. Our end game is moving to somewhere else where we really want to live, and making a living doing other things, more spiritually based things. And I was like, that's totally cool. That's great. So when I was going into salons, I was trying to be like, yeah, this is good stuff. This is what I want to do. But you know what? At the end of the day, I looked back and I thought, yeah, the end game is where I'm going. So it's a good thing that we're building. But my passion is when I'm in our basement office on the laptop writing my book. We have a couple other things going where we really want to help addicts in recovery and their partners get together in a meaningful way, because the communication process is so convoluted when there's one person in recovery. That's our thing. I'm in recovery and Julie is not. So there's a lot of communication places where you can stumble and fall apart. So that's one thing that we want to do. And the other is, my book that I'm writing. And I just, I'm telling her that, like, going into the salons and thinking about the end game, that's really great. But that passion is nothing, like, compared to when I'm downstairs writing and, like, I'm taking my character from one place to another. And today I want to get him from here to there. How am I going to do it? And I figure it out. And it's, like, cool. And it's, like, the ideas come. And, if you believe in the oneness of everything, and how we have passions that we are born with, and if we find them, if we're lucky enough, some people never do, but if we're lucky enough and daring enough, we pursue them. And so that's what I've been doing. And like, when ideas come, when I'm doing that, the ideas come and the things are flowing, and even when they're not flowing, it's like such a joy just to be doing that. So, like, I totally appreciate the idea of the end game, and if you're where I am, which is paying the bills one way until your dream life pans out, and you're doing that, it's a tough place to be sometimes, and that's okay. Like, to appreciate the fact that you don't love every minute. Elizabeth Gilbert, she wrote Eat, Pray, Love, which is another book you may have heard of. But she wrote, in another book, she's talking about how at certain point you don't want your passion, the love of what you do. You're not asking that to pay the rent. Keep your day job until things are flowing. Like, if you're asking for the ideas to drive you and help you create something wonderful, don't put the burden of financial responsibility on those divinely inspired ideas. It's kind of like asking too much of them. And I agree with that. Like, when we go out and we sell shears and we have a good day, and I know that I've paid the bills for a week, then I go into my office and I can write, and there's no pressure. It's just me and the character and the book and the story, and it's freaking beautiful, man. That is some of the best. You know what? Besides the birth of my kids and the marriage to my wife And then the days that I spend with these people, there's nothing that compares to that joy of just creating my story, getting to know the characters and doing the, there's people who could not care less about writing, but, maybe they like to paint or water ski or play baseball or, travel or whatever. There's so many beautiful things out there, and I just hope that, I hope everybody finds the passion that's within, and give yourself a break. If you're doing something else, to me the lesson is that if you're doing something to pay the bills until your passion can do it, cut yourself a break. Don't beat yourself up when you're like, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this. You're not feeling sorry for yourself, you're just being honest with yourself that this is not where I want to be. I'm working towards something better. I don't have to enjoy every single moment. But I really hope you're getting somewhere. I really hope, because it's not easy to find your passion, and it's even harder sometimes to pursue it. In this day and age, it's hard to pursue your passion. There's a lot of negativity out there. So, all that being said, keep moving forward. I truly hope you find your passion, and we wish you well. Have joy, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.